Welcome to Vintage Video's special edition of Gifts for the Holiday. Now, I'm not going to do too much ho-ho-hoing in this segment because I've got a lot of product to show you. So fortunately, you're going to be spared me yabbering. I'm just going to go through this so you don't have to spend 3.5 days in front of your computer watching me. Let's start off with the Honeymooners, everybody's favorite, the Honeymooners. Oh, we're going to go to the moon, Alice. Very rare Hammer House of Horror television series. A great British studio probably making the very best horror movies ever. Bewitched, the entire series. This set has now been discontinued. All 8 seasons. Just newly released, Kung Fu, David Carradine. He was in our store one time, years ago. Great series. Maybe together for the first time in our store, both the Munsters and the Addams Family. Try and find this anywhere else. The Complete Combat. All 5 seasons. Probably that and Ben Casey, which is not available, the 2 finest anthologies ever to be on television. One of my favorites, I grew up with it, Leave It to Beaver. Too bad the world can't be as it was for the world of the Cleavers. June in her dress and Ward coming home every night, and they all sat around the supper table. Man from Uncle, Girl from Uncle, both complete series. Next we have the complete 14 feature films of Sherlock Holmes with Basil Rathbone and Nigel Bruce, newly restored. This is getting pretty scarce now. The complete Jeremy Brett. All the 1-hour episodes, all of the 2-hour feature films. If we're going to have Sherlock Holmes, we got to have Charlie Chan. We have every Charlie Chan that is available. As you probably know, there are some of the films that have been lost, but we've got everyone that's available. Three Stooges. Everything that's available on the Three Stooges, even the lost films. We have the complete Batman TV series, Adam West. One of the best of the British comedy series on the buses. Tony Curtis and Roger Moore of The Persuaders. The feature films of The Man from Uncle. And the Lex Barker complete Tarzan series, which has 5 feature films, and the complete Gordon Scott, which has 6 films. Took us a long time to track this one down. The Criterion, The Battle of Algiers. I think it got like 450 awards for the best foreign film. Well, not quite 450, but it got a lot. Fabulous movie. Out for the first time, Leslie Howard's The Pimpernel Smith, the sequel to The Scarlet Pimpernel. Instead of trying to save the French aristocrats during the Revolution, he has now updated it, and he is a mild-mannered professor trying to get Jewish professors and Jewish people out of Nazi Germany. The complete Bowery Boys. What home is complete without the Bowery Boys? Next we have the complete Untouchables, entire 4 seasons, 1-hour episodes. I love this series. The complete Fugitive with David Jensen. The time that this was made, David Jensen was probably the only actor who could portray the vulnerability and the honesty that was needed to portray Dr. Richard Kimball. Very hard to find one of the two Ray Harryhausen gift sets. This one is called the Legendary Science Fiction. It has The First Men on the Moon, 20 Million Miles to Earth, Earth versus the Flying Saucer, Mysterious Island, and It Came from Beneath the Sea. The new Ken Burns documentary, Vietnam. The complete Marilyn Monroe collection. This is every one of her films except for one. Everything else is here. It's 17 feature films. The complete Inspector Lewis. Next we have, again, one of my favorites. I have lots of favorites. The Complete Saint, starring Roger Moore. This is an unusual set because it contains the first season. The first season was not shown over here because of union contractual difficulties in England. It started its North American run with the second season. This has the second season, the third season, the fourth season, and the first season. The now discontinued Christopher Lee collection, having two of the most difficult to find Fu Manchu titles. Oh, this one is so heavy. The complete 9 seasons of Perry Mason. If you do get this, bring your truck. The complete Diana Rigg Avengers. Twilight Zone and The Night Gallery. Both Rod Serling's wonderful epic TV series. The complete Columbo, including all of the feature films. And by the way, this week sometime they're selling at an auction, I think it's New York, Bottoms, the original Columbo raincoat. And finally, we have, without doubt, the best selection of Christmas feature films and comedy specials. We have, which has now been discontinued, the Dean Martin Christmas Show, Christmas Story, Every Boy Wanted a BB Gun, White Christmas, Holiday Inn, wonderful Loretta Young movie, Come to the Stable, the Carol Burnett Christmas Special, The Gathering. It's a 2-disc special with Ed Asner. This is a drama. It's pretty serious stuff, but it certainly is a wonderful film to watch at Christmas time. The British classic, The Holly and the Ivy. And the 3, probably the best versions of A Christmas Carol. George C. Scott playing Scrooge. Patrick Stewart in the lead role. He brings quite a dark, cruel side to Scrooge. Quite a good insight that Patrick had on Scrooge's character. But without doubt, the definitive Christmas Carol, Alistair Sims. The definitive version, as I said. Well, a lot of product there. If you need to contact us, 416-538-9927. Don't forget, we're at 1298 Bloor Street West now, just east of Lansdowne on the north side. And I guarantee you that no one will be dressed up as Santa Claus if you stop by to see us. And finally, for our product, I wanted to remind everyone out there the excellent line we carry in King & Country, die-cast, World War II and World War I, hand-painted, now discontinued aircraft. Examples: Japanese Zero, the one that was one of the ones that was used at Pearl Harbor. Don't forget, these are die-cast metal, all hand-painted. World War I, Albatross. By the way, these are 1/30 scale. Next we have one of my favorites, the Curtis P-40 Tomahawk. These were used with Chennault to fight the Japanese before the US entered the war in 41 after Pearl Harbor. And then a smaller scale, 172, we have probably a dozen World War I aircraft. I couldn't show you all the boxes, but we have another Zero, we have a Focke-Wulf, we have a 190 Dora, we have a Heinkel jet, nicknamed the Salamander. We got a whole bunch of them. Could start up my own Air Force. Well, I think that's just about it for our special holiday What's New film. But before I go, I wanted to wish everyone a happy and a safe holidays, and to give special thanks to, and I can't list everybody, you'd be here all night or all day, or I'd be here all night, but some of our absolute wonderful customers. There's Jim and Sharon, there's Jim, I won't use last names, there is Janice, there is Marilee, who is a minister, by the way. She keeps us on the straight and narrow. There is Larry in Montreal. I could go on forever. We just have so many wonderful people who have kept us in business. I want to also thank Maurice, who is not only the brains behind the organization, but she is certainly a lot better looking than I am. And there's Jazz and Dana. Again, thank you so much. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and watch out for those reindeer.